Sorry, I'm such a stranger. Weirdo. Okay. So tonight we're going to talk about making money with pockets of time because all of us are busy. Why did I feel like there was something I needed to tell you before we started? I don't know. But um I wanted to talk about this so that we can get you guys moving your business forward, right? Because obviously, like we do this because we really like helping others and we do this because we're passionate about it, but we all know like we also would really like to make money from it. So, I first just want to start off with some announcements. So on Super Saturday, so Jess messaged me and was like, "We should do something." And so this Super Saturday, we're going to do it virtual, but hopefully the next Super Saturday, and they usually, I think they're once a quarter, so every 3 months. I'm hoping that we could figure something out when they tell us the date for it, that we could put together like an in-person thing somewhere, like maybe my house or something. Cause like Amber's not far from my house. Angie's not far. Jess isn't too far. Mackenzie, sorry, it'd be like 4 hours, but that's better than like Sioux Falls. Maybe not because it's interstate. But this Saturday, it starts at 11 a.m. Central, and we'll watch Super Saturday probably on our own computers because it's usually over Zoom or some type of platform. But then right after, sorry, another human being asking me the password since I posted the wrong password. That's a problem. It'll be. And so we'll watch it, then we'll hop on Zoom, we'll talk about our dreams, our visions, that kind of stuff, what they talked about. Usually they do some pretty big announcements. They usually kind of like just pump you up, talk about what's happening, do some recognition, and then we're going to play a game just to like build community. I'm not sure because obviously it's hard to do, but like what we do as ag teachers at our ag teachers conference every summer is we collect facts and pictures of people, and then we play like a Kahoot, like thinking of like who is it. And so I'm thinking maybe I'm going to collect some facts and some good photos of some human beings. So if you want to purge your Facebook, you better do it fast. And then we'll do like some fun game to get to know each other, right? Kind of like maybe crazy facts that people don't know about you. Another announcement is 9 Week Control Freak is still $20 off, which is nice. I know it's more expensive than our other challenge packs, but it's really nice because you get the control track, you get the core ball, and it's kind of like adding a home gym into your thing. The other thing I know that people have kind of been leery about is the fact they also have to buy a step if they don't have one. I haven't had a single person who's been like, oh, I have to add that on to Sarah can't get on. Sorry. I love technology. And but most people are fine with just buying a step through Beachbody. Then the other thing to think about, because I know some of you guys really want to hit Success Club. And I don't know, I'm very like prize driven. That's who I am. And so you may be similar to me, you may not be, but it's so fun to get free stuff in the mail. And so the first month you hit Success Club, you get a camo hat, which I have wanted a Beachbody hat for a while. And then you get if you hit it for 3 months, you get a long sleeve. If you hit it 6 months, you get that cooler backpack. 9 months, you get a little computer cube light. Don't really know what that is. And month 12 is Ray-Bans. And so I just think it's fun to get free stuff, and they don't have to be consecutive. So like if you hit it in January and then say February is a hard month and you hit it March and April, then you would still get the 3 month. So, but that's how it goes. And so, okay, let's see. So my vision for 2021, I am probably going to make a video about this and post it in our team page too, just for everyone to see. But my big dream for our team is to go elite. And I've talked to some of you guys about this dream because what elite does for our team is like, I have kind of got us as far as I can on my own, right? Like this isn't a dream just for me. If our team goes elite, there's a couple things that happen. It means that you guys are building your businesses, you're making money, you're starting your coaching teams. You guys are building your business and seeing reward for it, which is what I want for you as a leader. The other thing is you get bragging rights. So elite is the best or like the highest achievement you can reach in the company. And so like being on an elite team gives you that much more street cred, right? Because we all know of other Beachbody coaches, right? So like why would someone sign up under Jess as a Beachbody coach instead of signing up with, you know, Sally Sue down the street as a Beachbody coach? Well, if Jess is an elite coach and can say, you know, like, hey, our team is elite, like you can see, you know, we obviously know what we're doing. We know how we work the business. You'll be successful with us compared to maybe Sally Sue, who like has been stuck in the same place. And so it just kind of is going to help us build that street cred and then help you guys build your business. And it's just kind of a fun thing to go for as a team. And so, right, like I'm kind of on this train and I've talked to some of you guys, like I can't pull people anymore, right? Like I have a lot of us, you might see it with like your challengers or other human beings in your life where you like pull and you pull and you pull, but you can't get anywhere. So I know like Jess, Angie, other human beings I've talked to, most of you guys who are in the Goal Getters Snapchat. And if you're not and you want to be, let me know. But we're hopping on a train and we are headed to the top, right? And so elite, how is it measured? So elite is measured essentially by leadership points. So like I said, I have gotten as far as I can get, and that's where the team comes in, right? Like this is a team accomplishment. It's we. So we would need to have 5 diamonds on the team, and we get points. So leadership points, we need 150 leadership points, and we get points by new coaches selling a challenge pack. So you get 1 point for that. Success starters are 25 points. So if you're within your first 6 months of coaching, like if you are, you hit Success Club for 3 out of your first 6 months. So like I know Haley would be in that bracket. Catherine would be in that bracket. Like we have a lot of coaches in that bracket. We get 25 points towards our team. Any coach who joined in 2020, which is probably all of you, maybe besides Angie on here. I can't see everyone, but every time you hit Success Club, we get 2 points, right? So if Jess hit Success Club, all 24, there are not 24 months in a year, 12 months in a year, like she earned our team 24 leadership points, right? So this is where it becomes like, it is not me, it's we as a team, right? And then every person who ranks up and holds that for 6 weeks, we get 25 points. And so you can kind of see how as a team, like we can be stacking these points. What will I provide? So I'll provide, right? Team calls. I'm trying to bring team calls that interest you, that'll help you move your business forward. If there's something you really want me to talk about, please let me know. It helps when I have ideas too. Power hours. So lately, like the team call tonight's going to talk about pockets of time because that's what many of us utilize just because we work or maybe you don't have a block of time. But trying to find power hours, trainings. I'm going to, in 2021, I want to provide more face-to-face time. And so, Jess, I think you were gone, but I talked about how like, not this Super Saturday, but the next Super Saturday, we'll have an in-person Super Saturday together as a team. And then mentorship, right? So that's my big vision because like, I have seen the benefits that I've gained from coaching and like, you know, all of that. And I want that for you guys. So my focus in 2021 is really helping you guys get the most out of your business. And so that starts with this. So pockets of time, right? I've talked to some people about this. We're all busy, right? I think being a Beachbody coach attracts the busy woman because we like doing stuff. And so one thing that I had to really put in check with my life was that we're all really busy, but how do you spend your busy, right? How many hours do you spend watching Netflix or how many hours do you spend scrolling? I even do this to this day, right? I'm supposed to be connecting or inviting. I'm working my business, but I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling some more, or I'm looking at mini Aussie puppies because I look at that hashtag and then I'm just completely oblivious to what I'm supposed to be doing. Um, or maybe waking up is really hard for you in the morning. How many of you guys waste time in the morning scrolling on your phone before you get out of bed to start your day? And so, honestly, cutting out going on my phone in the morning before anything else, that has saved me at least 20 minutes to 30 minutes of my day. So just take a time inventory. If you have to, write down what you do all day long. I know like winter break probably wasn't as productive as I could have been because, um, but that's fine because you do need those times in your life, but don't let it rule your life. So I'm going to go over the power pockets and then I kind of have a graphic at the end to kind of show. But I've noticed when I do my tracker, it's actually kind of throughout the day. I don't usually anymore sit down and like hammer out all of it at the same time. I know Jess, she's bigger at like during the day, she does it all at once because she has a tiny human being to take care of that takes a lot of attention, right? And so she's got to do it in a chunk when Liz is preoccupied. And so that's totally cool too. I started with power hours, but with school, I kind of have to do it throughout the day with everything going on. So, pocket number one is like right away in the morning. If you are someone who grabs your phone right away, add 10 to 20 people on social media and shoot them a quick message. We'll talk about that later. You don't have to shoot them a message now, but add 10 to 20 people on social media, right? That's the biggest way you can start to grow your following. And you might say, like, Brianna, but what if I don't know them? Well, I get that because at first I was like, how I ran my Instagram was it was only people I actually wanted to see stuff from. Like, right, there were people from high school I didn't have on there. There were people from college I didn't follow. Like, I just really only followed people that I really wanted to actually know about. And so I made a mindset shift that we are in the relationship building business. So now I need to constantly be expanding my network. And how I find new people to follow is I look at tags. So I look at people in different places in South Dakota, right? South Dakota State, Huron, my favorite coffee shops in Huron. I look at events, right? So like, I remember when Black Hills Stock Show happened, which hasn't happened for a while, but like 2 Octobers ago, during that, I went to the Black Hills Stock Show tag and I followed people. Follow people who I go on the boutiques I like, and I follow people who are engaging in their posts and commenting. There's a ton of way to add people. So do that and add people who you think you would be friends with, right? So a lot of my followers have dogs, are teachers. Don't be afraid to like niche down too much. The more specific you are, the more chance, right, that you're going to be able to connect. If Jess adds a mom on Instagram and that girl looks at her profile and says, oh, she's a mom too, it's probably a quick connection and she's more likely to follow you than be like, oh, this is a girl that has nothing in common with me. The second thing to get over is no one thinks it's weird to add them on social media. Like, that is what social media is for. I feel like Facebook is weird when you have like random human beings. I don't add random human beings on Facebook, but Instagram, it's pretty normal to have people you don't like exactly know following you. And then my last thing is then put your phone down and live your life, right? I leave my phone on do not disturb until my workout is done and my sweaty selfie is posted. Okay. That way I'm not looking at messages people are sending me. I'm not distracted, right? I put my phone down and I go live my life. Okay. So that's your pocket number one. Second pocket is connect with 5 people. This is literally a message I sent during our tracker time right before this. So connect with 5 people and connect with people. It can be people you've messaged before. It can be people you've never talked to. It could be the people you followed that followed you back, people you've been watching. But message people about stuff that has nothing to do with Beachbody. And this is great. Like, go to their profile, find a question you can ask them and have a conversation. Like this gal, right? I said, she has the cutest puppy on her profile. So I said, your puppy is the cutest. Just had to throw that out there because I'm a dog lover. I was talking with Angie And I said something because she's like, "Do you think people get weirded out when you like try to ask them?" Well, I started like talking to a girl. I asked her a bunch of questions, and then she was like, "Can I ask you why you messaged me?" And I'm just like, "I'm just trying to put the social back in social media, like just trying to make friends." And then she's like, "No, it's fine. I just like most people don't strike up a conversation with you." I don't know. So I felt kind of awkward, but at the end of the day, like that was the first response I've ever gotten where someone's been like, stranger danger, why are you messaging me? um and so just have a conversation, right? Maybe it's about their kid, maybe it's about their dog. If I see they went to SDSU in their bio, a lot of times I'm like, hey, I'm an SDSU alum too, like when did you graduate? I don't know, to me that's not weird. Talk to someone like you'd want someone else to message you, right? Because if they're your people, they'll vibe with it. Okay, so power pocket 2 is connect with 5 people, and it has nothing to do related to Beachbody. Build that relationship. Number 3, this is a really old, this is a photo I had in Canva. So enjoy this really old, one of my first workout posts ever of Chunky Brianna. Power pocket number 3 is create a post. So the third time you pick up your phone, maybe it's during your lunch hour, maybe it's mid morning, whenever it is, write it out, either post it now or save it for later. And I encourage you to post at least one time a day on your feed every single day. And my tactic for that is quality over quantity, right? So maybe even one post a day is too much for you. You're like, man, don't post a lot. Make sure it's quality, right? So maybe it's a recipe. Haley's been posting super good recipes. Jess always has funny dancing videos. Like, I just know I can go to your guys' profiles and see stuff that like is appealing. Be helpful and educational, right? So like recipes, or I don't know if you want to call it like mood lifters or whatever you want to call it, but just create a post. Um, and look to see, you can see on your insights in Instagram. If you don't have a business Instagram, it may look different, and it's an easy, quick fix. There's not much different except you can see like your insights, but you should be able to go to your insights and see little bars. They kind of changed it, but you should be able to go in and see like when your followers are the most active and engaged. And then I just try to post during those times. Usually for me, it's around between 7 and 8 at night. Some days, if I know I'm busy, I post early in the day just because it's better to have it out there than not at all. Okay. I also don't ever want you to worry about like how many likes you get. Likes on Instagram now mean nothing. So don't be like, well, this post only got 81 likes and Sally Sue's post got 400 likes. I don't know. Likes mean nothing. So don't determine your success that way. Power pocket number 4. When I do my power pocket number 4 is usually right when I get home from work, because if I don't do it right after work, I probably won't do it. And Angie and I have a rule that we don't change out of our work clothes until we have this done. So it's kind of a dual incentive, right? Because you're like, I want to change into sweatpants, but I will not let myself change into sweatpants until the dreaded invite is done. And the biggest thing I can tell you is you have to change your mindset about inviting. Where would you be? Like, I just think of my coach never out of the blue invited me, but there are a lot of you guys on this call that would never be here right now if someone didn't invite you. And you think about how much it's changed your life, right? Maybe you have your mental health in check. Maybe you've lost a lot of weight. Maybe you finally love yourself. You're confident. You have self-love. Maybe all these things that like dramatically have increased the happiness in your life, but we're so scared to share that, right? I make the analogy all the time to Bubbler. I love Bubbler. Everyone knows I love Bubbler. I've probably got, I kid you not, right now, I bet I've got over 100 people that have told me they've started to buy Bubbler or try Bubbler because they've watched my Bubbler stories, right? And so why can I share so freely about Bubbler, but then we get so scared to share about Beachbody? So like one question that just really kind of struck me in the stomach and gave me like a gut check was, what is the girl you are scared to invite? Like that should be saying, what if the girl you are scared to invite needs this just as much as you did? Like, what if that girl, you hover her name every time on Instagram and you want to invite her, but what if she needs this just as bad as you and I did? Because, guys, right, I was in my darkest space, and I think Beachbody is to attribute to a lot of the joy in my life and the mindset I have right now. I think Beachbody is one of the only reasons I'm teaching, because I hated teaching when I student taught before Beachbody, and so I attribute that. And so we want to help others break free from where they are and help them transform their lives. And it doesn't have to be yucky, right? Finally, inviting doesn't feel gross. And if you think it feels gross, maybe let's work on creating an invite that is fun and something that isn't yucky to you. So here's an example invite that I've sent a lot, right? Thanks for following along with my crazy, some words got cut off, crazy busy life. I just wanted to invite you to start or improve your health and fitness journey with us in our accountability group. Can I send you more details? Right now, my 9-week control freak invite talked about, I'm starting, maybe you've seen on my stories that I'm starting a new take control of your life accountability group. This program is complete fire, and I cannot wait for the accountability and the life changing, I can't think of it, right? The things it's going to do for me and my challengers. I just wanted to send you a personal invite so I could send you a sample workout and give you some more details. Does that sound cool to you? And so that's an example of an invite. It can be long winded, short winded. Again, you can never say the wrong thing to the right person. So feel free to word it the way you would want an invite. And so I also invite, the question I get is like, who do you invite? I invite anyone that I've had conversations with, anyone who's liked my post, replied to stories. My new thing I've started is I've tried to have some sort of engagement with them prior to inviting them, right? So I am commenting or replying to their stories or something to build that relationship just a little at least before I invite them. But I have had people who have, I've invited, I don't want to say cold invite because they've, or they've liked my stuff or responded to stuff. But I've had a lot of people who have said, like, I have been meaning to ask you about this. Well, what if I never asked? Okay. Power Pocket 5. This is usually in the evenings because, like, one thing I've done is I don't really, if I send all my invites, I don't respond back until I have all my invites sent, right? Because I'd rather, oh, wait, just kidding. This is not what I was thinking. This is responding to messages is next. Follow-ups. People who have not responded or said no, I re-invite every few months until they tell me no or block me. Most people have never, ever done that. I've never had someone say, leave me alone, you crazy lady, you're so annoying. But again, I'm not like in their inbox every week being like, join my group, join my group, join my group. And then my other theory is even if they're ghosting me, like, why would they continue to follow me, continue to vote on my stuff, continue to like my post, comment on my post if they're not somewhat interested in what I'm doing? The other thing to think about is just because someone doesn't respond, I know it can be frustrating and can really like hurt our ego when people don't respond to us or they leave us on red. But many people just simply open a message and forget about it. Literally, I am guilty of that and I feel really bad. Have I lost people from it? Probably, because there have been people who have been like, yeah, I want more details. And then it got lost in the depths of Instagram. The other thing, the biggest tip I have found with follow-ups that's been super helpful to me is people who have said not now, put them in your phone. And I ask them for like a very definitive time to check up. So for example, Christmas, a lot of people said like, now's not a good time with the holidays. I say, okay, can I check up with you on January 1 after the holidays? Or there are people I said, when is a good time to check up with you? And they say, well, I graduate in May. Can you recheck up with me? Like, people have given me, like, I kid you not, May 15th or June 1, like very specific dates. And I go directly into my phone calendar. I put their first and last name, their Instagram handle, and an alarm to check in with them. And this has actually helped me. There have been multiple people I've signed up in this way because they've told me exactly when to follow up. I follow up with them and they're ready. And they told me that they're ready for me to check back in. And then throughout that time, I just try to be genuine and check in with them, right? Like they may say, it's my last semester of nursing school and I'm stressed out with finals, check back in with me on this date. And so maybe you just check in with them and say, hey, how did finals go? How are you doing? Um, or I have a friend in vet school who told me, like, man, like right now, I just really don't, that's not a priority of mine, which I totally get. And I just message her every once in a while and say, how's vet school doing? Like, do you like it? What's your favorite part? And just have a genuine conversation like we all want to, right? We're building friends. And what do friends do? Friends check in on each other. And so And lastly, this is the last thing I usually do in a day. I respond to messages, and I usually do this all at once because I can be present and I can talk to them with the focus because it's meaningful. I really hate responding to messages during the school day because there's very limited times I can be on my phone at my job, or like even people, maybe you're a nurse or maybe you have something else going on and you just can't respond back right away. And I feel like it's awkward when there's like that lag, like they say something and then it's like 5 hours later I say something. And I just feel like my messages and my conversations don't flow well. And I lose a lot of people when I'm not able to like fluidly talk to them. And so I think it's more important and they appreciate it more if they have my full attention than like me messaging them back as soon as I can, but not giving them that attention. And then the conversation is choppy. So if you've noticed throughout all those power pockets, we connected, we followed new people. We power pocket number 2, I can't even remember them. My brain is fried. Right? We added followers. We did, I can't remember what number 2 is. Anyone with notes? I have them in here too. Okay. So what was number 2? Connect. That's it. Okay. So we added followers, we connected, we created a post, we invited, we did follow-ups, and then we responded to messages, which is a lot of the things, right? The other tasks on your tracker, be proof the product works. You work out and drink Shakeology. Well, you just kind of do that in the mornings, hopefully. That's something you probably don't need to do too much. Get people results. You just check into the challenge group. The nice thing about our challenge group is we can always count on each other. And that's why I like running our challenge group together, because we can help each other by commenting on sweaty selfies, cheering on those challengers, responding to questions people post in there. That's why I like doing it all together. And then personal development, reading podcasts, all that. So easily you can get a bulk of your tracker done. And those are your money making habits, right? You're following, connecting, posting, all that good stuff. Lastly, the 2 biggest things that I think you can do to move your business forward would be to build relationships. So Jess is like hammers this, which I think is so good. And Jess has been killing this month. And I think it's because she's really been focusing on building relationships. Would you agree, Jess? Thumbs up. Okay. And so building relationships is the biggest thing, having genuine conversations with people. And then the other thing is sharing your journey, right? People get interested by seeing what you're doing, right? People are more willing to invest in a product if they see you using it all the time. There are people that, right, like we have never met in person that's on our coaching team, or that we've never met that are our challengers. And they simply joined because they see what we're doing every day. They see how it works. So the biggest thing you can do is share what you're doing. Okay. And it doesn't have to be like, here's me drinking my Shakeology, and then you read what's off the bag, right? It's just casually showing people your life and how you integrate it. Okay. A couple ways to get this done, right? So a habit app, maybe you're someone who doesn't like the paper tracker because you're running around, your day is busy. So you can do the habit app. Sarah G is actually the one who showed me this. You can do that. You can do the reminders app in your phone. I think iPhones have it. I don't know much about the others, but you can set that. Like I have a Beachbody list in there. You can print off your tracker. And now I actually keep my tracker in my planner so I can cross it off. or you can create a note in your phone and check it off each day. So whatever system is easiest for you, definitely do that. But and then lastly, this kind of shows, it kind of cut off, but this is kind of an example of like power pockets, right? So you work out, drink your Shakeology and your personal development, and then you have your power pockets throughout the day. And then at the end of the day, right, you check into your app, you add value, kind of that stuff. So it's just kind of an example. Like this is a different tracker you could use if you wanted to, where you check off, you know, your different stuff. So I'm going to stop sharing. Okay. I asked Angie and Jess just to share a few like tips they have for you about getting your trackers done, because, and the income producing habits. So if we want to start, Jess, you want to just share a few tips, and then Anne share a few tips.
Yeah. So something that I was thinking about while you were talking is like with inviting, that I really wish like I would have been told right away, or like what I would have thought of right away, is just like don't force the inviting, because I thought that to make like money, because I've wanted to run with this like basically from the beginning, right? I thought that to make money I needed to send 20 invites a day, where I wish I would have just focused on the quality, don't waste all my time on that scrolling, because I would scroll through people watching my stories and all those other things, wasting time trying to find 20 people to invite, where I should have been messaging half of those people and just messaging them and building relations with them. So yeah, my power pockets look a little different than like that. Just because of where I'm at in life right now compared to like Brianna and Angie and stuff. But my biggest thing is I don't like to be on my phone around my kid all the time, right? Because then she wants to grab it all the time. And I am just like one of those people that is not going to let technology infiltrate our entire lives. So I put my phone down, and honestly, that unplugged time has done so much good for my life and honestly my business, because I would like constantly scroll and think I'd be working, but I would be avoiding answering people's messages because I didn't know what to say. Well, I wasn't thinking of what to say, but when I put my phone down, it's in the kitchen, playing with Liz, doing my housework, whatever it is, I'm constantly thinking about, like, how do I answer them? How do I, and just things like that. So I guess my biggest thing right now for my productivity is honestly putting my phone down. Like tonight, after this call, I will go plug it in the bedroom, and I will go downstairs and hang out with Riley, and read a book or crochet, whatever it is. So honestly, I think Brianna covered a lot of like the major things that need to get done throughout the day. So I guess that's my productivity tip: is put your phone away, live your life. And I think that you'll see a lot more success, because yeah, I haven't been on my phone constantly lately, and I've been getting quite a few people interested and just really building relationships.
One thing I want to touch on, that I love that, right? Put your phone away, go live your life. And oh, so good. If you are someone who needs like strict timers and guidelines, set timers on your phone. I cannot tell you, like when I first started doing my tracker, I could set, I don't know why, it tells you on the tracker an hour and 40 minutes. I guess if you like were a full-time coach, that would be perfect, right? But we all have busy lives. Like this tracker takes over 2 hours to do. I don't have 2 hours. I can genuinely tell you that I can get my tracker done in less than 30 minutes a day and check everything off and move my business forward. Set timers on your phones. We've done it before. If you've done one of my guided power hours, half hours, which I need to start doing again. But 5 minutes of inviting, 5 minutes of this. I have a sticky note somewhere that I should post that right here, right? So 10 minutes for invites, 5 minutes for following, 5 minutes for connecting. And then whatever you get done in that time is great, but it pushes you to do that work you need to do in that amount of time, because there is no chance to scroll your phone all day if you only give yourself 30 minutes to send invites. So, Angie? Oh, sorry, or Jess, sorry.
I was just gonna say, I could give myself all day at this point, right? Like I'm home. I don't have a boss looking over my shoulder, right? I could give myself all day, but I do basically, what you're saying. I know that nap time is my time, and it's got to get done. But there's also other things that you need to do as a mom during nap time, because you can't sweep the floors with a toddler, in case you're wondering. Anyway, Angie, go on.
I just have two major ones I think that have helped me. Like, I'm a teacher and not all of us are teachers on here. But one thing that's helped me, like with connecting, is right, because like Brianna was saying, it's so hard to like message throughout the day because we're distracted by a lot of things, but to focus more on the connecting throughout the day, like I mean, how easily do we click through people's stories? So take that as a time pocket to focus on the connecting piece of the stories. And I have a hard time scrolling because of the Instagram algorithms, whatever, however it's said, with the pictures. So sometimes I just focus more on the stories, and then I'll go back with the photos after school because it just seems like it's all messed up anyway. And then another thing I think has helped me, I used to do this, I slacked and I'm back on it again, is writing down new followers so I can go intentionally to their page and see, like, did I miss like a post of theirs because of the stupid algorithms? And also, like, did they post on their story today? Can I connect with them somehow? So those new followers can feel welcome and you're being intentional with them too. So those are two big ones I think that have helped me. So.
Do you guys have any questions or anything about the tracker? Can seem scary, and I just feel like there are some of us who are like doing the tracker and we're doing it religiously, or we have done it religiously and we haven't seen results, and so it's like, why is it not working? And so just trying to figure out, like, sometimes, like Jess said, it is quality over quantity, and I think it's taken all of us some time to figure that out. But I think Jess hit home with, like, relationships are the number one thing that will move your business forward. Number one thing. Do you guys have any questions? Okay, anything? No? Okay, I'm gonna stop recording.